Hello student, welcome to my class. Today we'll understand the recursion part third, which are content are as follow. The first content, adding all element of a list using recursion method, and we will discuss about its program. Then total of all digits within a given number using recursion program. Okay, and then after that it's a program, and at last homework and practical session. So let's begin, student. So here you can see, student, I am talking about adding all element of a list using recursion. Suppose that we have a list that is given here in a diagram. So you can see that there are elements are 10, 2, 3, 20, then 7, 1, 0, 5. Any element can be possible, but element should be in numbers only. Either it is in a float or integer. So we can consider the elements are in integer format, okay, and their indexing starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that is n minus 1. Okay, so how we will total that? Okay, to do the total we need to just get the element of the correct index position. Okay, every element, that is 10 plus 2 plus 3 plus 20 plus 7 plus 1 plus 0 plus 5, whatever the print will come, I mean so total will come as a sum, it will print the answer. So let us understand it's a program, students. Okay, so here you can see, student, I have created already a program that is adding all element in a list. Okay, so what we have to do, student, we have to just define a function which is recursive in nature. So first of all, I have defined a function that is go. Here is L and is S. These are an argument. L support the list, N support the length, okay, and S support the what thing sum. So here we have started the base condition. If n double equals to 0, then we will return S, whatever the sum. Otherwise, it will process this particular functionality in which sum, I mean to say S plus equals to L of n. Okay, and then after that it will return and call the function again, which is the one of the significant of recursion function call from its body, that is go within round bracket. L we have passed as a list, n that is n minus 1 because we are going to decrease the index, and at last S means sum. So we can discuss this function through this part, student. Here is S represent the sum, which should be already 0 because the variable declared by the initialization of value. So that's why here is S equals to 0, and we have created a list L equals to 1, 2, 3 and 9 separated by comma. And before we are going to pass the n, we need to know about its length. So what I had do, student, L equals to len of list, that is L, so it will represent definitely 4. And now I'm going to print a message the total of first 4 element, because there are 4 elements are there. Okay, and then end within that one thing continuous way in Python 3.3 plus 0 version. And I have called this particular function explicitly, that is go within round bracket L, because of the list will pass, and within next second argument L minus I will process, because the length of the listing always n minus 1. Okay, so here is L minus 1 comma S, here is S equals to 0. So according to this, it will L will initiate to L minus 1 initiate to N, and S will initiate to S. So here is S is 0, remember this, student, and it will be consider as last element first. So suppose that in this example last element is 5, so 5 will add first, okay, and then it will call the function again, okay, and here index value will be lesser than the, I mean to say 6. Okay, same way it will continue run this function again and again, and at last if natural number, I am to say n equals to 0, okay, because it's the indexing number, it will return S. So student, we have to do it practically now. How to do that? So to do that, student, we have to open a Google Colab. In this I will add a particular cell, okay, that is code, and I am going to add the number of a, I mean to say element of a list. So what I have to do, student, I am going to add here a command, a program for total all element of list. Okay, we can talk about all element, not few. So I'm going to define a function that is go. Okay, here is argument L, S, okay, L and S. Okay student, and now we are talking about base condition, where is n double equals to 0. Okay, then it will return as, okay, or in else condition, what we are going to do, here is S plus, here is shortened notation as I teach you student, L of n, we can process it. Okay, and we can just return what thing we are going to return in a function call, that is L, here is n minus 1, and then after that S. Okay student, here it will be within round bracket, and now we are going to come out of the particular program. Okay, and now we have run it, because we have only mentioned here function. Okay, so I hope it is working well. I am to say there is no problem. We have add a new code. Okay, so now I'm going to add a part of this program, there is S equals to 0. Okay, and then after that here's list equals to, within that 1 2 3 4, we can say that. After that we can try 9 also, but I'm going to tell you how to perform the easy calculation first. Okay, by that you can easily find it. So L equals to, we are going to get the length of the particular list, and then simple message within print. So we can say that total of all element of list. Okay student, simply we have used and equals to within double quote, this means to say continuity after this line also. So we have called this function by providing L, then after that within round bracket I have provided here, that is what thing, L minus 1, and at last S. So we have to just run it student. Now you can see the total of all element is 9. Suppose that here is element is 5 again, so now we can say that total of element will be print. So it will take few seconds student, till then we have to wait, and now we can see that 14. And if we are going to decrease the element, it's up to the length. Okay, so it will print to you the output 14 again. Okay student, so here suppose that element is again 9, so here element 1 plus 2 plus 9 plus 9, so what will the output, look at the screen student, so 20. So student, we have learned how to add the all element, okay, of the list also using recursion function. Now we are talking about total of all digit within a given number using recursion. So student, we can talk about this particular program in different code, I am to say case. Okay, so first case is that if a person enter 12, so total will be 2 plus 1. If case 2, I am saying next case, if enter number is 1 2 3 4, so our answer will be 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. Okay, it is not looks like a array element, it is a different one thing. Okay, so now case 2, 5 6 9 8 1 2, here you can see student length is also going to be one, what thing, vary. Okay, so 2 plus 1 plus 8 plus 9 plus 6 plus 5, whatever the output, we will calculate it. Now case 3, number is 3 0, that is 30, so sum will be 0 plus 3. So student, you are I think notice one thing, we are going to add the element last one element first, then after that add first one. So here is case 4, if user enter only number 1, that is only one digit, the sum will be 1, and rule will be what will say, whatever the number, okay, so n plus n minus 1 n minus 2, okay, like this it will total the all elements. Okay student, so the last value will enter, I am to say add first, then second last, and then after the third last, and so on till then first. So we will talk about it's a program student. So here the same program we have to do using the recursion method. So what I am going to do student, first of all I have used here math module. Why? Because while we are divide some numbers in function recursion method, okay, or anywhere, okay, the float value automatically comes. To avoid this one thing, okay, we need to use this particular functionality, that is integer or ceil method also. Okay, So I have just defined a function def digit total. This is function name. Here is n, r and s are the arguments. So here first base condition says if n lesser than or equals to 0, then I have set there as whatever the s, it will typecast by integer and send to the console or whatever variable. Okay, otherwise if it is not true, then come to the else part and it will erase the particular value. I am to say cut out the value from the last element, that is n divide modulus by 10. Okay, n modulus by 10 means suppose that value is 1 2 3, so 1 2 3 modulus by 10, so last digit is 3, so 3 will be cut from there, okay, separated from there, and it will be stored to r, and r, that is suppose that 3, so equals to s plus 0, where is s is 0. Okay, we will provide here s is 0. So here we are also going to decrease the particular n also, otherwise it will be infinitely run, because base condition based on n. So we have done one thing, so n equals to n divided by 10. So here 1 2 3 is n, so divide by 10, so here n will be 12. Okay, but we have to pass this value in a form of integer, so that's why I have typecast them, that is where we have passed n as integer, r as integer, s as integer. So at the last number I have asked the user, okay, I typecast by integer, so please enter a number, and here I have called this particular function by explicitly, that is digit total, inside that number whatever the number I have to user, and here is s, and 0 will store by r remainder and 0 store by s. Okay, so we will talk this one thing, do it practically, student. So what I am going to do, student, I am going to create a new cell code. Okay, in this I will provide a simple comment, okay, to remember it. This one program, total all digits within the given number. Okay, student. So here I am going to provide here as a comment, that is total of all digits we can say that within a given number. So what I am going to do, student, first of all I will import the math. Okay, that is import math, because it may be usable for that further. First of all I am going to import math, then after that we are going to define a function, that is by keyword def, suppose that digit total, so function name should be meaningful. Within that I will pass some parameters, I am to say argument, that is n, r and s. Okay, so here I have just start this intent of the function, and I am going to ask the base condition. Here is if n is lesser than or equals to, that is 0, so it will do one thing, return, that is typecast by integer s, where is s contain sum. Else part, within else part, student, I have to calculate the remainder. Okay, that is nothing, n modulus by 10. Okay, and then after that I have store it in some variable, that is remainder I am going to store it. At last I have to calculate the next n upon 10, because I have to decrease the n also by using some technical, I am say logical way, and I have to return it. Okay, digit total. Within that I will pass the variable, that is argument as n as typecast by integer, then r typecast by integer, and then s typecast by integer. Okay, student, and at last if I'll come out from this particular function indentation, I have asked the user, okay, to input a value within number only, that's why I have typecast. So I am going to type here, please enter a number. Okay, and then after that I have to just to call this function explicitly, digit total. Within that I will pass simple thing, that is number, and here is 0 for remainder and 0 for what thing, sum. So I am going to run this particular program, student. It will ask me please enter the number. Suppose that I have passed 5, so it will come what thing, 5 value. Now if I am going to just pass value is 1 2 3, okay, so output will be 6, because total of 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. Okay student, if I am going to pass the 1000, so output will be definitely 1, because 1 plus 0 will be definitely again 1. Okay, so same way you can run this program, okay student, and you can set to the user to the total of all digits are given there. So student, we will talk about the next part of the video, that is practice and homework session. So student, you will do the all recursion program, make the note for recursion function and program, and send to my email ID. Okay, and student, you will keep the dry run also of the program of the day. Till then student, thank you and have a nice day.